Hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Sunday service. We're excited that you're here, and we're celebrating the first Advent. Can you believe it's less than 4 weeks till Christmas, right? Or just about 4 weeks till Christmas, yeah. So very exciting. And if you'll take your seats, we're going to get started with a couple of songs to brighten up our atmosphere and get us in the spirit to worship together. So let's give a hand to our Nova Band and rise together.
Thank you, Pastor Natasha. Like she said, if everyone can please stand up and join us in song. First song will be Song of the Heavenly Soldiers. Above the land of our home, of the white chosen people fighting for the land of God. Towering high the snow and mountain, stands aloft in majesty, ruling with power over the world, shining o'er the universe, marching on, heavenly soldiers. Marching on, heavenly soldiers, marching on with His love, uniting in life eternal with their God in heaven and earth. Sanctified, sanctified, brave crusaders, join in arching parents' pride, lifting high the rod of iron, smashing evils of the eternally, praising our God, Heavenly Father, blessed be the family of God. Marching on, heavenly soldiers, marching on with His love, uniting in life eternal with their God in heaven and earth. Marching on, heavenly soldiers, marching on with His love, uniting in life eternal with their God in heaven and earth. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for marching on along with us. And our next song is As the Deer. As the deer panteth for the waters, so my soul longeth love you more than any other. I love you more than so much more than anything. More than anything. Oh, you alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. I want you more than gold or silver. I want you more than gold. Only you can satisfy. You can satisfy. You are always, you alone are the real joy giver. You alone are the real, and the apple of my eye. Apple of my eye. Oh, you alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. Oh, you alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone may my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. And I long to worship thee.
Thank you. Thank you so much for everyone singing along, for our beautiful band led by Yasuno Takeshima. Thank you. Let's give them a hand. All right. Welcome, everyone, to our Nova Church. This is the Capoli Family Church Nova branch here in Manassas, Virginia. And we are founded by Reverend Sun Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Jahan Moon. You see behind me, we call them our true parents. And we're so happy that you're here with us because we are all one family, right? One global family. And we're going to say hello to our family. We have some who are joining us online. So let's wave hi over there. Hello. Welcome. Happy first Advent. And we'll say hello to everybody who's here in the room for a few minutes. Just say, how are you doing? Did you have a great Thanksgiving? And greet each other for a few minutes.
Okay, if everyone can please gather in your seats, the band will be starting the performance song next. So this song is Good Good Father by Chris Tomlin. It's a really good song about how we have to acknowledge that our identity is in heavenly parents and that we are loved by them and that our identity is being their children. So I hope you enjoy. This is Good Good Father. Oh, I've heard 1,000 stories of what they think you're like, but I've heard the tender whisper of love in the dead of night, and you tell me that you're pleased and that I'm never alone. You're a good, good father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. Oh, and I've seen many searching for answers far and wide, but I know we're all searching for answers. Only you provide, 'cause you know just what we need before we say a word. You're a good, good father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. 'Cause you're perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. You are perfect in all of your ways. Oh, you're perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. Oh, it's a love so undeniable. I can hardly speak. He's so unexplainable. I can hardly think as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still as you call me. Deeper still into love, love, love. You're a good, good father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You're a good, good father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm loved by you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways. It's who you are. Who you are.
Wow, wasn't that amazing? I got chills just listening to that. That was beautiful. Thank you to our Nova Band. Thank you, everybody. Yeah. We know that God is our good Father and also our mother, right? God is our heavenly parent. And we are loved, right, as God's children. And that is something that nobody and nothing can ever take away from us. I hope that here in this space today, you can feel welcome and you can feel loved. And our Sunday school children will feel especially loved with our new Sunday school room today, led by Adalia upstairs and Surue down here for the younger kids. So everyone for Sunday school, you are now dismissed. I hope you have a great time. Oh, yes? Including him. Oh, including my son. That's right. Sorry. I just got so used to holding him. Yeah, you're right. Have fun, Nady. Yes, so all the kids who get to enjoy their Sunday school experience. Yeah, we'll have a program for, just so you know, that the next 2 weeks there's going to be a program learning about prayer. So they'll be learning about how to pray and communicate with God and build that personal relationship. So yeah, we'll be having curriculum that we're going to follow and looking forward to, you know, the start of something new here. Yeah, and speaking of starts, it's also the start of the Christmas season. Right, today is the first Advent. Somebody had asked me when we were doing our meet and greet, what was the Advent about again? So Advent comes from the Latin word adventus, arrival, speaking to the arrival of Jesus. It was actually originally referring more to the arrival of the second Advent and preparing to that. And people would fast during this time period in old days. And then it became more of a celebration and talking more about the arrival of the birth of Jesus and celebrating Christmas, right? But yeah, so it has, you know, transformed over the years. But basically now, you know, over 4 Sundays before Christmas, a lot of Christian churches will be talking about the Advent. And today is the Advent of hope, right? The first Sunday is for the message of hope. And I'm very hopeful to see all of you. And I have a lot of hope in our beloved senior pastor, Pastor Achille, who's going to be sharing a message with us today. I'm very excited that he's here with us. And before I invite him up, I'm going to offer a prayer. So if you'll all join me in prayer. Our most beloved heavenly parent, true parents of heaven, earth, and all humankind, you are our father, our mother, and you love us so much, heavenly parent, and we are so grateful to you for everything, for all the blessings we have received in this time of Thanksgiving, where we reflect on all the things we have to be grateful for, heavenly parent. The first that should come to our hearts is to be grateful to you, because everything good comes from you. And we're grateful to be here in this room today, that we can celebrate and worship together, and we can listen to a message prepared for us by our senior pastor, Achille, and pray that we can all listen with our hearts and minds and be ready to receive whatever message has been prepared for today. And we invite you into this space now, and we thank you. Intense to Holy Mother Han with gratitude. I pray this in my name, Natasha Phillips of the Phillips Blessed Central Family. Aju. Hey. So without further ado, I would like to welcome up our senior pastor, Dr. Achille Akalazzi. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you all. Yeah, powerful humility. What does that even mean? You may ask, right? Yeah, so, yeah, maybe I can share this. You may have heard, or it will be announced very soon, that I'm going to be having a new mission. And has to deal with the working with Christianity more. Right, leading the American Clergy Leadership Conference on the national level. So you're gonna be see less and less. I'll be here, but not as your senior pastor anymore. But I'll be here. So Natasha is gonna have more power now. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be transitioning from being pastor into working with the clergy. For that reason, I'm going to Korea tomorrow. I'm going with a couple of clergy. As you know, tomorrow in Korea is December 1st, which is the beginning of the trial for True Mother. And actually, it's tonight. I don't know exactly what time, but if you can spend some time tonight to pray. There's also, I heard that the judge will decide also tomorrow on whether to approve True Mother's request for bail. Bail means that she doesn't have to be in that detention center. She can be at home, and while the trial is ongoing. Nobody know how long this trial will be, so we don't want her to be, with her age and the health issues she's dealing with, to be there. We hope and pray that the church can be compassionate enough to approve this request, that she can be released and still come to the trial. And that decision will be, I heard that the judge will hear that request tonight. So when you have time tonight, please pray. Pray that the judge's heart can be moved, heaven can speak to them so that they can at least let that go. And of course, the trial will begin also, and that also the whole thing can be dismissed. That's our hope and prayer. Yeah, so I'll be there with a few of our clergy across the nation, just to pray and to have our presence there while this trial is ongoing. Yeah. So as I was preparing, I thought about talking a little bit about humility. But then, as I was praying and thinking about this, actually, usually when we talk about humility or when somebody is humble, it feels like some kind of a weakness, right? It's like a weak, right? He's so weak, he's humble. It's usually people, especially here in the Western world, humility is usually perceived as a sign of weakness. But for me, it's the opposite. That's why I say powerful humility. Actually, being humble is really being very strong. And you're going to understand why I'm talking about this. So this is really a simple message, but it's very deep. I really would like you to really open your heart and pay attention and take something away from this message. This is for me too. I learned this over the year, that humbling ourselves, being humble, especially with the taking from the angle that I'm going to talk about today, with this humility, you will see that actually it's very a sign of power. If you can do that, you'll be very powerful. So first, let's hear from the King David. Right? When I think about humility, he always comes to my mind. But King David, if you know him, if you know his story, he's someone who God loves him so much. He has made so many mistakes in his life. But he always repent. And when he done something wrong, he always realized that he's done something wrong. He openly shared that with God and asked forgiveness from God. But here's the king, right, who has all the power. He can do whatever he wants, almost, right? But he always someone who, for some reason, always has that heart to go with really a heart of humility, right? So in this Psalm 131, he said, "My heart is not proud, Lord." So another thing, the key word here is proud or pride. Also something to be careful about. Pride. You know, especially when you are in position of leadership or you have some kind of authority, be careful of being too proud. of course, we can be proud of who we are as the sons and daughters of God. We can be proud of following true parents. We can be proud to be Mooney, right? But we have to be careful, especially like someone like me who has a position like that, to be too proud, to take this pride to the extreme, like the archangel did in the Garden of Eden. He was so proud of his position. He was the first one. How come these people, I've been here before. How come they will become my master? No, too proud. And then fell as the result of that. So David said, my heart is not proud, Lord. My eyes are not haughty. I do not concern myself with great matters of things too wonderful for me. Why? He's humbling himself. I don't want anything big. I don't want anything wonderful. I do not concern about my own ability to do something. Right? But I have come and quieted myself in a position of leadership or any position you have. It's sometimes good to take time to be quiet. To take time, what does it mean? To take time to reflect. To take time for you to know that you are just a simple human being. There are 8 billion of us and billions in the spirit world. What makes you so unique? Of course, we are unique, but the point here is to take a moment to realize that I'm just one person. Right? Just myself, just by myself alone, I am nothing, actually. So that's why a king, he's realizing, he says, but I have come and quieted myself. I am like a weaned child, a child that has been trained with his mother. Like a weaned child, I am content. Israel, put your hope in the Lord both now and forevermore. So the humility I'm going to talk about today is a humility that has something to do with trusting God, relying on God, knowing that no matter what position you have, no matter what authority you have, you cannot do anything without God. To realize that and to be able to quiet myself, to humble myself, knowing that the task that is being asked of me, if I think that I am going to do this by my own effort alone, then I am really crazy. That's the humility I want to talk about. In everything that we do, whatever is your position, always trust God and rely on God. That's why he's saying here, Israel, he's the king. He's come to realize that by his own effort alone, look at how he fights against this Philistine, Goliath, right? I mean, how is it possible that a shepherd can even have the courage to go and face Goliath? He's not doing it by his own effort alone. He's doing it with God. He realized that. Yeah, like he said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. In other words, as long as God is with me, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to fear. Thy rod, thy staff, they comfort me. Right? So the humility that I'm talking about here is that humility that entrusts everything to God. To be humble enough to know that I cannot do anything by myself. I need someone to be with me. ultimately I need God. I need my brother. Because love God, love your neighbor. I need someone to be humble enough to seek help. So humble enough doesn't mean that you are weak. You know, if you've done something that you are not so proud of, you want to come and just repent or talk just between you and God, this is really, you're coming really on a position of very powerful, because it's not easy to do. To let go of things, to repent. So that's the humility I'm talking about. If you can do that, you'll be very powerful. God will be with you, just like he's been with David. Right? So James said, humble yourself in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. You want to be big? You want to be king? You want to be the top, on the top of top? Your heart, everything in you is pushing you to do that. Actually, humble yourself. That's what I mean. You want to be very powerful? That's where the powerful humility is coming from. You want to be able to be up? You want to really be all the way up there, very powerful? Humble yourself. God will put you there. If you want to put yourself out there, it's going to be very difficult. Everybody will leave it from you. But if you humble yourself, you're humble enough with that sense of humility, God will lift you up, and everybody is going to be looking up to you. Right? That's why I like this quote from he's a British writer, theologian. Right? He said, humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's not weakness. But it's thinking of yourself less. You get it? In other words, it's always thinking of God first. Father will say, true parent will say, living for the sake of others. That's what it means. Calm yourself down. Humble yourself. Or lower yourself down. That's what humility is. If you do that, you're going to be very powerful. Let's say what True Mother said. We cannot resolve our current social ills or the problem we see in the world today by our human effort alone. But it can only be resolved through the divine intervention of God. The divine intervention of God. So that's what the humility I'm talking about today is. To relying on God, knowing that we have been created by God, knowing that we are not the creator of ourselves. We came from God, and he has a purpose for our life, and we need to align ourselves with that purpose. And the only way to do that is if we can connect with him, if we can trust in him, if we can turn to him. So, brothers and sisters, being humble doesn't mean being weak. Please take that away. You want to be strong, be humble. What does it mean? Again, be humble is rely on God. Rely on God in everything you do. Know that you cannot do by yourself. I don't care what it is. Whether it's your job, whether it's your responsibility at the church, or wherever you are, whatever you're trying to achieve, do it along with God. That's the humility I'm talking about. Inviting God into our life. Always. 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 So when we look at our logo, what stands out is that sun right there. Right? That's represent God. Right? This is who we are. You have to be very proud of this logo, Family Federation for World Peace Unification. It will mean nothing if there is no sun there. True parents know. You remove that sun, this is nothing. Husband and wife have beautiful children. You live happily, but no God, meaningless. Because it has no purpose. It's not serving its purpose. So God has to be at the center. When there's God there, right? Then parents, father, mother, and the children, with true love, right? That's a humility right there also. Right? Living for the sake of others, thinking of oneself less, thinking more of other people. He thinks more of her. He thinks more of them. Like I see James and Mikey, always holding Mikey. Oh, Natasha and Danny too. Yes. Isn't that beautiful? Right? In this family, everybody is thinking of themselves less. Thinking of the other person first. Of course, thinking of God first. And God himself is thinking of all of us first. If we live in our family with that mindset of humility, meaning that thinking of myself less and thinking of the other person more than myself, this is the kingdom of heaven. That's why when I visit people, I see on their wall, they have beautiful pictures, they're smiling and everything, and they have children's pictures somewhere there. I say, yeah, how is it the kingdom of heaven? Do you want to know what's the kingdom of heaven? Don't go and die. It's right there. You're living it right now. I am 100% sure that's what kingdom of heaven is. When parents and grandparents and children living together in harmony with God at the center. That's the kingdom of heaven. So what does it mean to be humble? I'm telling you, and I bet, the moment you walk out of this place, you get in your car, and going home, Satan is going to challenge you. To see whether the message you received today sink or not. Are you going to be humble enough? In driving home with your spouse in that conversation. Yes, I'm saying this because at the moment comes you can remember, I have to humble myself. I have to think of myself less. And I have to think of God. What will God think in this situation, in this moment, in this conversation with my spouse, with my friend? How is God feeling? Am I inviting God? I'm telling you, if you do that, you will never be angry. You will never complain. There's no room for complaint. There's no room for resentment. There's no room for jealousy, envy, anger, anything. Why? Because you have God. You humble yourself. That you let yourself, you calm yourself, you remove everything from yourself. You let God in, who is the most powerful of all the powerful energy in the world. What are you looking for more? Once you realize that, telling you, you will never complain. You will never be angry. You will never be envy. Oh, why he has that car? I don't have that car. Oh, yeah, you may have 1985 or Honda Civic. If God is here, it's much better than that Terza with no God. Don't envy. Focus on yourself. Be with God. Oh my goodness, I can feel I have goosebumps right now because I know it. I've practiced it. I'm testing this on myself every day. Because we face challenges every day. But I realize that the moment I take a moment and think of God, then I have no worry. Because he's more powerful than anything. Unless I don't believe in God. That's another story. If I believe in God, know that he's the creator of everything. He's the most high, the most powerful. If you have him in you, what else do you want in this world? People are running after things, but they are never satisfied. They get the big house they want, they are never satisfied. They get the big car they want, they don't never satisfied. They got the most beautiful woman they want to marry, they marry, divorce. They go to the next one, divorce. The next one, divorce. Never satisfied. Why? No God. That's why true Father put here in your family. Make sure God is in your family. If you start arguing with your spouse, go to your chambre, in your room, ask God, what should I do? God will tell you right away. God will say, humble yourself. Think of yourself less. It's like a miracle. The atmosphere will change. I tested with my wife. I'm from Togo, she's from Japan. It wasn't easy for us growing up together, having 5 children together. You too? And I find the secret to calm everything down. Think of yourself less. It's like a miracle. Things will change right away. And ask God, what should I do in this situation? God will say, think of yourself less. In other words, think of your spouse first. Seek to understand why she's angry, why she's saying what he's saying, or why he's angry and why he's saying. Do you take a moment, a little bit, to just seek to understand? For those young couple, I'm giving you a really good example. So you don't have to do the same mistake. We, first gen, have done, fighting. Oh, yes, I'm the man, in the house. In African tradition, wife has to follow the man. Hey, whatever is, I'm the man. You have to follow. Big mistake. Big mistake. Be humble. It is very powerful. Even though you think you are right. If you humble yourself, you'll see how the atmosphere will change. You'll see how the other one will come and naturally bow to you. It's like a magic. That's why humility is very powerful. The Bible, blessed are the meek. You think that in the Beatitude, there's something like that? Blessed are the poor in spirit. What does it mean to be poor in spirit? To humble yourself. Don't go look for things out there. I mean, how many years we have to live? We just had a son for our brother Juan yesterday, 77 years old. Right? How many years we have to live on this earth? So, why go after things? You're lucky you'll be 100 or 90 or 80. Some people even earlier than that. So if you realize that, there's no time to complain. That's my point. There's no time to be angry unnecessarily. Sometimes emotion, things that come, you be angry and so on, but I'm asking you in those moments, very quickly, catch yourself. I do that. Catch yourself. Why am I being angry? Why am I doing this thing to myself right now? I'm being angry at her Is anything going with her? No, I'm hurting myself. Oh, yes, so I'm just giving an example, okay? Yes, say something to me. Oh, why she said that? And I start thinking, I start feeling, he said this. Oh, she doesn't even know anything, but you're killing yourself. I'm killing myself. But it's like I'm drinking a poison and expecting that she will die. I'm killing myself. So, what's the solution? Humility. Be humble. There's nothing in this world that will last forever. But humility with God. If you can do that, you will be very powerful. You don't have to say any word. I mean, I've studied many great thinkers, great like Gandhi, Mother Teresa, and if you study these people, Martin Luther King Jr., they're very, very humble people. Humble in what sense? That they rely on God. They rely on God. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Brothers and sisters, think that if you are humble, you are very powerful. It's not a sense of weakness. It's actually a sign of power. So with that, thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's a powerful message for us, right? Something that stuck with me is remember that, anything that we do, right, we need God, or it will seem impossible. I was thinking about being a parent, feels like an impossible role sometimes. Like, how do I know what I'm doing, Like, can I do this right? But yeah, with God's help, right, anything is possible. So, yeah, we humble ourselves and ask God, right? So thank you for this beautiful message today. And congratulations on your new role. I know you haven't been officially, but we're very excited. Yeah. The ACLC pastors are very lucky to have you, so I'm sure they'll be in very good hands. Yeah. So now we'll take a moment to reflect to ourselves about our message today, and if you'd like to offer a donation or tithing to help support our ministry, we'll be having the offering baskets to pass around, and also there's a QR code for any online donations. So we can play a song until this time is over. Thank you, everyone. Let's offer a prayer together. Our most beloved Heavenly Parent, true parents of heaven, earth, humankind, we humbly offer from our hearts all of these donations and tithes to you, Heavenly Parent, that they may be used for your will, Heavenly Parent, that we'll put you first in our lives, and that we can continue to build this heavenly kingdom here on earth, in our families, in our communities. We thank you, we love you from the bottom of our hearts, and we pray this in attendance to Holy Mother Han with gratitude. My name, Natasha Phillips of Phillips Plus Center family, Aju. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, everybody. Okay. For the announcement time, I have some things to say, but not flyers for everything. I apologize. So you could just look at my beautiful face and listen. All right, there we go. Yeah, so I did not prepare pictures, but I did want to mention Juan Sanchez Songhua happened yesterday. Yeah, that was at the Washington Times in D.C., and quite a lot of people showed up. I heard there were about 80 people, and then another 40 joined online, including some overseas from Spain. As Juan is originally from Spain. And yeah, it was a very beautiful and moving service with his wife, Jungyi, there, and his two sons, Chung-san and Chung-wan, and daughter-in-law, Yusun. And Yusun's family was there too. So yeah, very nice to see everybody. And the Songhua is always, I feel, a beautiful time because we are not just in mourning, like a traditional funeral, right, wearing black, but instead we wear bright clothes, and we want to celebrate, right, this person's life, but also that they are now transitioning to the eternal life, the spirit world, right, their eternal home to be with heavenly parents. So it is a rebirth, a joyful occasion. Yeah, so we want to continue to, offer support to the family, of course, dealing with the loss, and feel free, right, to reach out to them and go visit them, spend time with the family. I think that's very meaningful. Yeah. And also, it was already mentioned by Pastor Achille, but I also wanted to point out True Mother's trial is beginning tomorrow, that we can all pray for her, pray for, fair judgment, pray for the compassion of the judge, and for everybody who is traveling there. We have people going from the U.S. To be there, right, including Dr. Achille. Thanks to the funds that were raised, I heard this $250,000 goal, which I just announced last week, was already reached, which is incredible, right? So they have support to send high-level people to be there supporting True Mother. So we hope to hear good news soon, right? Yeah, and you. Okay, and then I wanted to mention local things we have coming up. We have Peace Starts With Me continuing back up this Friday. Last week we took a break because it was Thanksgiving holiday, but that'll start up again. Oh, you have a flyer. Great. Thank you. Yeah, so Friday, December 5th at 6 p.m. to 7:30 online this week. I see Gil has joined us here. He participated last month in 3 sessions, or this month of November. Hi. So yeah, it's a 3. So you can ask him how it was, right? Yeah, it was a 3-week session. So it's repeating again in the month of December. So I hope you can bring some guests, right, and encourage people to join. You can also join, online this week. Okay. Next. All right. This is a book that is being released by Dr. Seelig. So last week we talked about Dr. Shimio's new book, right? And now we have Dr. Seelig also released a new book, which is very exciting. So I want to invite him up to just share about it. It is a memoir, I believe, right?
Hi. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Well, this has been quite a year. And for myself, I'm 77 now. And I also completed 50 years in our movement following our true parents. So to honor that, I decided I better put down on paper how God has been working in my life. And of course, everyone should do that. We should all take that time. So I went through my computer and I found lots of stuff, lots of stuff. So basically, I have 3 volumes, 1, 2, 3 here, of about 100 and more than 100 sermons that I've given, as well as articles that were published and reflections. So I'm basically ready to go. So, and to top it off, I went ahead and made the memoir on the far right. So to honor this, I would like to make a presentation to our pastor of the 4 books. And I would also like to invite up Dr. Shimio and Dr. Achille and my wife so that we can, I'd like to give a copy to you as well of the memoir. Very young man, just starting out searching.
You better.
Thank you. Yeah, there's 50 years of wisdom here. I can make use of this, right? Absolutely. Thank you so much. And Dr. Shimio, before you sit back down, I believe you also want to present your book to Pastor Achille, right? Yeah. So last week, yeah, he talked about his book, but you were not here, so he'd like to give you a copy of it.
Achille, I was so deeply moved by your sermon today. Thank you so much. Yeah. And God's blessing to you and your mission. You are very much qualified to be in that mission.
Yes.
Now, I want to present this to our beloved Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, should I be in? Okay.
On this occasion, I want to reveal to you some of my secret, which I have never shared with you. But this secret was revealed about 20 years ago. 400 years ago, in the year of 1624, 401 years ago, part of my family ancestry included a couple of Catholic Christians who were persecuted by the authorities and killed, executed. So no wonder whenever I saw Jesus being crucified, because of love, I was always crying and deeply moved. So this is part of my secret. So 400 years after that, this book came.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Dr. Shimio. So I'm going to start reading this on my plane to Korea tomorrow morning. So thank you. Congratulations again for your book here. Beautiful book, An Exploration of Unification Theology and the Christian Tradition. Theodore Shimio.
Absolutely. Thank you. Wow. Amazing. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So more things upcoming locally. I see Rioni is here. Did you want to share about it again? Because we're doing one more week of raising food for a food drive. So Rioni is just going to share again about it, or do you want to?
Yeah. Very quick, 30 seconds. Yeah. So we have a good amount, but if you have a chance to bring some more next week, or anyone that's watching hasn't brought it yet, if you can bring something along the lines of like ramen, seasoned rice, mac and cheese, something that's easy to cook quickly. We already have a lot of canned goods, sauces, things like that. So if you can bring that sort of food, that would be great. And then next week, I'll be bringing it to the school. So the Monday after December 8th. So one more week, but just wanted to mention that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Rioni. Yeah. It's a great way for our community to give back, right, to our... Oh, yes, beautiful. Thank you. You want to show off your art? That's another important announcement for today. Okay. All right. I guess we don't have the flyer, but yeah, I wanted to mention again that we have Her Tribe this next Saturday, December 6th, at my house at 11 a.m. This is for any women. Please let me know if you want to come, because I'm preparing certain material for activity that we have planned, and I'm also preparing some tea and cookies and things, so any ladies are invited. It is in Sterling, so it can be quite a far drive for some people, but if you want to come, please let me know. And a couple of Sundays we have coming up that are exciting. So you may have seen them already last week, but the Pearsons family recently returned from Korea, right? We see them in the back. Say hi to our beloved family. And they have very exciting stories to tell about their experiences in Cheongpyeong and being in Korea, and they would love to share that with you all. So I've invited them next week to share a testimony about their experience and as a family. So I hope you can come and join that. And the following Sunday, we'll be celebrating Hanukkah. We know that we have some members in our community who have Jewish roots, right? And I thought it would be a nice way to introduce. And I don't know much about Hanukkah myself. It's like we can embrace other faith backgrounds, right? I think we're all about that in the unification family. So that will be December 14, and December 21 is our Christmas party. So we've got a lot of exciting services coming up in December. So I hope to see you there. And I didn't want to forget this. After service today, I will have a holy candle ready for anyone who participated in the Autumn Great Works in October. So if you registered for that, then you know who you are. So there's a candle that was given to me, which I can multiply. And it's like bequeathing this holy candle to you. And we'll do this in the Chuncheon room after service is over. If you brought it today, that's great. If you didn't, then next Sunday, I'll still be here. I'll still have the candle, so I can multiply it then for you. Just want to make sure not to forget that. Now we'll have our closing song, so we'll invite our band back up to the stage.
Thank you. And if everyone can please stand up and join us in our last song, we'll be singing Lean on Me.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, I'll be your friend, I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride if there is something you need to borrow, for no one can fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend, I'll be your friend to carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. You just might have a problem that I'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a love you have to bear, you can carry us out of the road. I'll share your love if you just call me, lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on me, when you're strong. I'll be your friend, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Need somebody to lean on.
Please join me in prayer. Our dearest beloved Heavenly Parents, true parents, and Jesus, good afternoon. We are gathered here on this wonderful Sunday as a community at the Nova Family Church. We just received a wonderful message from our dear senior pastor, Dr. Achille, about humility and how we have to be humble before you, Heavenly Parent. That we have to realize that without you, we are nothing, Heavenly Parent. That without you, we cannot accomplish the goals that we want to achieve, the things that we want to accomplish, the person that we want to become. Without you, we are nothing, Heavenly Parent. And we have to understand that unity with you, we can accomplish anything, Heavenly Parent. Each and every one of us are facing many different problems in our life, personal problems. There are things in the world that people are suffering, Heavenly Parent. Your mother is suffering right now. And in order for us to be able to help them, Heavenly Parent, to help ourselves, to help our community, we have to be humble, Heavenly Parent. We cannot let whatever is bothering us, whatever is stopping us, take over us, Heavenly Parent. We have to overcome them through humility. And we have to think less of ourselves and think more about other people, like Dr. Achille said, Heavenly Parent. So thank you for this wonderful message I received from Dr. Achille, this wonderful reminder that we have to be humble in order to become one with you, in order to tap in to our heavenly power, Heavenly Parent, our heavenly strength. And with that, Heavenly Parent, we can unite as a community and be able to support our true mother from here, Heavenly Parent. So thank you so much for this wonderful Sunday morning and this time to be able to be here for one another, Heavenly Parent, and this wonderful time to have fellowship. So yes, let's continue this wonderful Sunday and this wonderful week with a positive mindset and with a great outlook, Heavenly Parent. Thank you so much. I want to pray, report this prayer in attending our Holy Mother Han, and with gratitude in my name, Mishra Achille, of a blessed family. Aju.
Thank you. And if everyone can please help set up tables for lunch, that'd be great. Thank you and have a great Sunday.